Hey friends, welcome back to another TMR Tours. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Ryan.
And today we're here at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
Yes, and we want to kind of chat about the haps here at Universal because there's a lot going on, obviously with Epic Universe opening and all of that. And obviously theme parks across the board, especially Disney and Universal, it's a lot of growing pains and things happening and changes happening.
Yeah, so Epic Universe just opened a whole brand new theme park that anybody can go to. It's open, all kinds of new attractions, and it's a great time. We've been.
Yes.
We really enjoyed it. We're still waiting for them to roll out some sort of annual pass with Epic Universe
I think a lot of
included.
people are, yeah.
But I think that's part of the growing pains. This is step one of, yes, we made the leap and made the expansion, but now we're gonna have to play catch up in our other parks of updates and maintenance and a refresh, if you will.
Because for those that know, obviously, here at Universal, Simpsons Land is kind of in a weird state because Disney owns Simpsons, and there's been talks of that possibly going away.
Yeah.
Over at Islands of Adventure, Lost Continent Sinbad Stunt Show has been closed since 2017. And then obviously a couple years ago, or last year, either way, Poseidon's went down. So Lost Continent's kind of in this, like, nothing's going on other than a couple food stalls. So obviously Universal has some things here in the wings that they're trying to stage and figure out the evolution for their original two parks.
Yeah, even to that point.
Oh my God, they're coming!
Even to that point, they are currently demolishing, at this point it is demolished. The whole ride is completely down. Rip Ride Rocket is down.
And that was a popular roller coaster, highlight attraction here at Universal. And obviously, just a lot to question as far as, with Disney redoing Rivers of America, trying to do a Cars Land. Obviously, like Hollywood Studios, Star Wars just opened. Epcot, things just kind of transferred over when they built Guardians, the whole center, Future World got redone, Moana, they just updated and redid Test Track. So the question now is, like, obviously Disney, they're doing heavy work at Animal Kingdom and Dino Land to update that. And as we've seen throughout the years, they're kind of doing their rounds at Disney as far as, like, each park is kind of getting their updates, and they're doing that again. We're going to be seeing the same thing happen here at Universal, where they're trying to update all these parks.
Yeah, and even right before Epic opened, they just rehabbed the kiddie area here at Universal Studios. I think they did a fantastic job of that. Definitely, it's very, very popular, very well attended. Which they needed. They needed something for the slightly younger crowd.
Younger audiences. And of course, they also, just before that opened, redid kind of the main strip with Minions Land. So, like, they've done some updating to add some kids stuff, because it wasn't any mystery that Universal was more of an adult park, so to speak, but they're really trying to cater to families as well, which is nice, because obviously, being a tourist destination here in Orlando, why not cater to the families? Because you can't, like, being a theme park, that's what, the groups that come to theme parks are generally families, or, your teens and your young adults.
I think some of that too is the kids who grew up on Harry Potter are now becoming parents themselves, and they not only enjoy Harry Potter, they want to share it with their kids and bring them. So, Harry gets his letter when he's 11. So at 11 years old, you can come to Universal and do Hogwarts. You can do it when you're younger too, but
And that's something, Stacy and I have talked about. Obviously, there's the new Harry Potter series coming out with all new characters, or not characters, but actors. So they're kind of doing a reboot, but it's a TV show as to not interfere with the movies, because, the investments they've made, not only at this park, but Islands of Adventure and Epic Universe. They have a lot of IP from Harry Potter. So to be able to kind of keep that going for at least another decade, that is a big deal as far as, like, the investment, the longevity of that ROI. So that is one thing that's going to be interesting to see how that evolves.
Yeah.
Because if they have a new series come out and a whole new generation grows up with a different Harry Potter experience, what is that going to do for the in-person areas in the parks?
Yeah, and I hate to be like Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint and Emma Watson. Their faces are everywhere. They're on everything.
Yeah.
They're in all the rides. You know, that is Ron, Harry, Hermione.
Yeah.
So
as we get down, and this is one of the things, whether it's Disney or Universal, the one issue we've said is IPs in the park is great because it helps tell the story of the various IPs and brand things.
Ride the movies, as Universal coined in the 90s.
Yeah, so like, what is that going to do when you have IPs that eventually, I mean, we've seen it with other things like Frozen at Disney, just like, oh, let's put out another one again and again. And sometimes that gets a little stale. You know, if you milk that cow too much, it gets to a point where you're like, well, we want something new.
And on that tune of, we want something new, but also everything old is new again. The 80s, the retro 80s thing. I think even now at this point, a lot of people are kind of riding out that 80s nostalgia, and we're almost vibing more into like a 90s millennium nostalgia.
Yeah.
But again, it's millennials who have kids now are like, hey, remember when there was a Ghostbusters show? So, you know, if you've seen the Epic Movie Parade that they do here now, which I think is probably Universal's best parade that they've ever done.
Yeah, so far.
You know, that is Jurassic Park.
Because they've really only done a couple parades before that.
Yeah.
Like they didn't they had the Superstar Parade, and then they just do like dance parties, which wasn't like a full parade.
Their Christmas parade is great. If you haven't seen it, check that out. It's a great parade.
I mean, it's Macy's.
Partnered with Macy's.
Yeah. So you get the Macy's balloons that you'd see Christmas time. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Universal continue to evolve, because obviously Epic Universe just opened, but there's a lot of the own trials and tribulations of a new theme park that Epic is going through. One of the biggest ones that's kind of a sore thumb is that when it rains, 85 to 90% of the park closes down. There's only about 4 or 5 attractions and shows that remain open when it rains. And it's Florida.
And it's hard. That's tough.
That's
tough.
That's like, you're talking about almost daily, if not weekly. You're going to have a lot of people who are like, I paid a good amount of money to spend my day here, and I can't ride anything.
Yeah, and we know that from personal experience. That was our personal experience when we went in June, 3 weeks after it officially opened.
Yeah.
Our experience was that we were able to do some things in the morning, but you know, there are only so many rides there, and we waited quite a long time for some of the premier rides, and then it got to be the afternoon, and it poured rain for hours.
Yeah.
And everything shuts down.
Luckily, we did do previews. So our preview day, brilliant. It wasn't even rainy. Like, it was a beautiful day. The weather was nice. So we did get to do quite a bit.
Yeah.
But that is the thing over at Epic, is the rain issue. And then, of course, they need more dark rides, more storytelling rides. Because the Mario Kart ride, really cool, but they're so focused on that augmented reality and trying to push so much technology into an attraction that it almost takes away from the sets and the actual artistry that went into the physical ride system as well as the scenery.
Yeah, and over in Monsters Unchained, it's quite the opposite. They put so much effort into the scenery and the immersive experience.
And
there.
I'd say that
was
ride,
great.
Monsters Unchained, is probably, in our opinion, the best ride at Epic, because the throughput capacity is great. So you're never gonna wait too long for that ride.
Yeah.
The animatronics, phenomenal. The sets, phenomenal. There is some tech as far as some screens and projections. So like, they did a good job of like combining all of those pieces that make a dark ride really good. No different than like Spider-Man over at Islands of Adventure. You know, in 1998, when Islands of Adventure opened, Spider-Man changed the game for dark rides.
Yeah, and I think Universal really is a leader in tech in theme park entertainment. I do think they really push that envelope to bring those experiences forward, but I don't want them to lose sight of, I don't want it to be all digital.
Yeah.
Give me a good mix.
And
Mix
and
it.
on the note that Stacy just said, it's not to say Disney is not. They have just gotten so corporate that some of the bureaucratic red tape that I think the Disney company as a whole has to go through for approvals and design ideas, it's a lot. So
Yeah.
it might take longer for attractions to come about and to get planned, as well as depending what the budgets are, that also will change how they go about doing all of their builds. So that's one thing that we kind of just wanted to sit here and talk about with like
Yeah.
kind of a grain of salt and just be like, all right, there is a lot of changes happening across the board in all theme parks.
Yeah.
So mitigate that as you're planning your next vacation down here in Florida.
Yeah, so, you know, and I'm sure you follow a multitude of news sources for your theme park news, but the best place to go to see if rides are under construction or closed or delayed or anything like that, download the app.
Yeah,
Download.
go to the source.
Yeah.
You know, go to the source. I know there's 1.5 million blogs and vloggers and influencers and all those people just trying to grab views for the sake of getting views. And some of them have good information, some of them have bad information, some of them have clickbait, some of them are a little inaccurate. So if you want the best information, go to the source.
Yeah.
Universal, Disney, go to their apps and really, then you'll see what's open, what's available, and what times are and all of that.
Yeah, because it'll tell you, like, if you're looking to go through the end of 2025, Disney is still offering the water park on your check-in day at your Disney resort. You want to know what water park is open? Check the app. You want to know if Big Thunder is still
Down.
down? They're doing a major rehab, so I'll let that slide.
And
but
just like every time Thunder goes down for a refurb, everyone's hoping again that we're going to see the inside of the mountain get some refurbishment. You know, whether it's the boulders, whether it's the explosions like Disneyland had, who knows, but hopefully they do a little refurb in there as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we're in Universal Studios right now today, and already, like, I've seen a lot of construction walls, which
Yeah.
can be frustrating.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that means that they're really gonna do something.
Yeah, something's happening.
Because I love Universal Studios. I love Islands of Adventure. But I think Universal Studios needs some refresh advancement in what they're offering.
I mean, all the parks do. I mean, that's why Disney is going through a hard refresh, because Epic Universe came out, and as much as like Bob Iger said, it's fine, they're doing their thing. They know they have to do some updating as well in their parks, in their resorts. So again, just wanted to sit here and chat with you guys for a brief moment. If you found this informative and you learned something, hit that subscribe button, as well as leave us a comment on things you enjoy at the parks, or maybe some experiences you have, good, bad, or indifferent, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, bring back to the Future.
Haha, yeah, that would be great. Back to the future. Back to the present, as we were.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
yeah,
I'd love to see Universal continue to grow and thrive, and I am in camp throwback over here personally.
yeah, I think a lot of us are. You know, put those phones down, get back to like being present in the moment and enjoying things, like those people who are in a helicopter tour. But yeah, you know, again, theme parks, a lot of that stuff you have to get on the app, but be present. You know, bring your kids here, put those tablets away, put the phones away, and make those memories. That's
Check that
it.
out.
You know, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Stacy.
And this was a nice little TMR chat here at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
We'll see you on the next adventure.